Hello again, I am Blunty, back from my New Year's break where I didn't do anything at all, basically but sit on the couch and get slightly fatter, which is pretty awesome, really. So, I'm back and we're going to continue to talk about the PlayStation Vita because I'm not done reviewing it yet, and today we're looking at the browser and the PlayStation Store, two things a lot of you have been asking about incessantly on the other videos, as we crawl inevitably towards the Western launch in February-ish, depending on where you are, really. Now, the browser, I'm going to tell you, it's a lot of you have been asking about it. A lot of you have been eager to hear about what the browser does, and I gotta tell you, it's not fantastic. You can hear it in my voice. I'm disappointed by it. So, anyway, we've got Marvel vs. Capcom running here at the moment, even though I'm talking about the browser. This is for a reason, because let's say you're playing a game and you need to jump online to check a FAQ or a guide, or figure out where you need to go next, or where a certain item is, or maybe you're lost, maybe you need help beating the boss, or maybe you need to look up some special modes. Whatever you need to do, you pause out of the game, no problem. From here you can do anything you like. You can load up a bunch of stuff, except when you load up the browser, of course, fail. The following application will close. You can't open up the browser and play a game at the same time, which is really stupid as far as I'm concerned. I mean, the very benefit of having a browser there is so you can just quickly look things up while you're doing other stuff. If you can't do that while you're playing a game, it reduces its usefulness a lot. So fine, yes, we'll quit the game. I haven't saved my progress. Everything's gone and destroyed, and now you can't display that thing. So let's open up a page here. This is Blunty TV, my website. Now the first thing you'll notice is the loading time isn't what you'd call fantastic either. I mean, it's not too bad. And this is the only device on my private Wi-Fi network right now, so it has all the bandwidth all to itself, and it's still chugging along. Look at this blue bar at the top here. It's going, trying to load. What are you waiting for? What's left? Now, the next problem you run across in this browser is it's a brand new device on it's got a brand new browser, and it doesn't support HTML5, so YouTube video embeds don't work, and it doesn't support Flash at the moment either, so video embeds don't work there either. What is Sony doing? Brand new device in this day and age, and they haven't built a browser that's HTML5 compliant. It's ridiculous. Got a little controls down the side here, so we can pop that open. We've got add a bookmark and settings and stuff. Settings is basically your private stuff, and your cookies, you can choose to delete them and stuff and whatever. Not very many settings there. Let's have a look, actually. So look, we can allow cookies, you can allow JavaScript, you can delete cookies, and you can fiddle with your security, which is trend micro web. Who cares? It's irrelevant. Little heart for your bookmarks there. These bookmarks here I can't seem to delete. These are built in by Sony for some reason, and I can't get rid of them, which is also annoying. So let's have a look at the HTML5 test and see how well this browser does, shall we? Once we load, come on, 38 and no bonus points. This browser scored 38 and no bonus points. That's out of a total, by the way, in case you can't read the tiny little grey text down there. 211 possible points. 38 from 211 on the HTML5 score. That's utterly... Look, here's the other thing. It's really, really sluggish. I mean, this device here is hugely powerful. It's got a killer quad-core processor in there and a GPU and memory and stuff like that, and it can't scroll the damn web page. Look at this. It's just so annoying, and you zoom in and it goes, oh, I have to re-render that, and it doesn't re-render it properly, and I'll scroll over here and... Now, there may very well be a YouTube app coming later, so you can play videos. In Japan, there is a YouTube equivalent type site. I forget what it's called right now, but there is an app for that you can download. I haven't bothered because I can't read anything in it, and I don't know what I'm doing with it. I tried and gave up. But hopefully somewhere down the line there will be a YouTube app at least, and hopefully some other video sites join in and make apps for it as well, so you can actually use this thing to watch content on, because it is a glorious screen and it would be very, very good for online video. Anyway, you've got access to windows or tabs basically, so you can load up a bunch of those and you can get rid of them and clear them away and load them up and switch between them, and that's all fair and good. But again, just slow and sluggish and annoying, and there's no portrait mode, so you can't swing your device up around the long way and have a nice long web page scroll sideways for you and take advantage of that nice long screen. No, you can't do that. We'll bring up the keyboard here and talk about something else. The keyboard takes up the whole width of the screen, and this is a very, very wide screen, and I've got it sitting on the table here, so I can't really pick it up and show you, but it's so wide that even with my huge hands, I kind of have to, it feels awkward to reach across to the middle of the keyboard. Keyboard works fine and everything. Let's try something here. Let's try YouTube, and you've got predictive text, and see, I've mistyped it there, and I'll probably come up with some scam site there. But yeah, the keyboard's okay. It's a little bit clumsy. It's not even as good as the keyboard that's on Sony's own phones. Yeah, but you know, it gets the job done, and you're not going to be typing too much on the PlayStation Vita anyway. So that's that. The browser's there. It works. You can have your bookmarks. You can have your recent stuff sitting there, and you can't switch it between games and stuff, which is stupid. Frankly, guys, and I've got to be honest here, the browser bugs the hell out of me. It is painful to use. It really is. I mean, it gets the job done. It serves up web pages. Doesn't do video, of course, but it serves up web pages fine. You can read them just fine, but everything it does, it doesn't do very well. It's slow to load. It's slow to zoom and scroll and re-render things, and it doesn't do it properly. And sometimes when you zoom in on a part, it jumps to the page over here for some reason. It doesn't zoom where you want it to zoom, and it's just everything it does is bad. Frankly, you know, if you want to look up something while you're playing a game, grab your phone and look it up. Really, because you know. So let's have a look now at the PlayStation Store. Now, when I first got my PlayStation Vita, the only PlayStation Store that was open that had content for the Vita was the Japanese one, and I think I talked about that in the unboxing or the setup video or something. But now, the Hong Kong store is open, and some of you may be aware that Hong Kong, you've got the option to use English, because the English was buggering about in Hong Kong for quite a few many years now. So when you load up, when you register, if you've got an import unit and you're struggling with the Japanese store, you can't reach Japanese, try the Hong Kong one. But anyway, we're under a couple of months away from the Western launch of this thing anyway, so this is really neither here nor there. What the Hong Kong store means, though, is I can actually read all the labels in the store when I'm showing it to you. So, as you can see here, it looks pretty much like you'd expect it to look. Up the top here, we've got a little scrolling panel of what's hot at the moment and what they're trying to sell you most, and that's pretty cool and handy. And you've got your 3 tabs up the top there. You can go all, what's recommended, which I don't know what the criteria are for recommended, but you know, and what's new. Recommended is probably just what's popular, basically. But let's go to all for the moment, and you can see we've got a few categories here. You can have the PlayStation Vita demos in their own little section, which is nice and handy. All the games, all the add-ons, and applications, the stuff that aren't games. At the moment, in the Hong Kong store at least, there is only one application, that's the Twitter one. So have a look at add-ons, and these are your game add-ons and accessory packs and downloadable content and stuff like that, all listed in alphabetical order. Go to games, and as you would expect, here are all your games. And if we hit more just there, we can bring up a subcategory, and it brings up all games. And don't be shocked about these prices, by the way. $340, that's not dollars as most of you would know, that's Hong Kong dollars. That is I think that's about $42 Australian or something. So just to put that in perspective for you, so you don't freak out like some other people did on Twitter when I posted a screenshot of it. As some of you may have noticed here, most of these are in fact PSP games. You can load up the PlayStation Vita demo, so all the free demos that are available at the moment on the Hong Kong store, at least that's only 3 of them. You've got the search function there, of course, which, I don't know, let's see, let's try God of War. No, I'm trying to do this from behind the camera, give me a break. Of War. Search, and it should, there we go, bring up Ghost of Sparta full game for the PSP and a bunch of other stuff. Something else important that I really must point out, and this is kind of important, so please do pay attention here, but every single PlayStation Vita game that you can buy is available in 2 forms. You can buy it on your little cards here, just like you can with any other game out there. You buy the disc, or you buy the chip, or you buy the card, or whatever. You buy it on a physical media, but every single game that is released on the physical media can also be purchased digitally. And that's a law from Sony that they have writ. If you're going to be making games for the Vita, you sell it in 2 forms, so everyone gets a choice. And quite often, the games that you buy from the store are a little bit cheaper than what you would pay if you bought them in their physical format, which makes sense because there's, there's no shipping, there's no packing, there's no this, there's no that, there's no, there's no lots of things. They should be way cheaper than they are, really, but, retailers would freak out if they made them, what they would actually cost as a digital download. So there's a lot of profiteering going on someone's end somewhere there, but nevertheless, most games are a little bit cheaper if you buy them digitally. Trade-off is you have to buy, memory. Well, you have to have a memory card anyway, but, if you buy lots of games digitally, you're going to be switching out memory cards, and that can add up. And some of the games that you buy digitally can't be played online unless you also buy an extra little online pass thing, which is really, it's just a bastard of a thing to do, really, and it pisses me off no end. So when you buy the game and then you buy the online pass, it winds up being the same as if you'd bought the retail game separately, which automatically comes with online if you didn't buy it secondhand. And it just gets my back up, this new day and age of having to pay for a code so you can play the game you just paid for online, and it just gets my dander up something shocking, but that's something you should know. But anyway, you get the gist of it. It's actually a really nice laid out online store. Everything's really clear, really obvious, really intuitive. You can get the stuff nice and easy. If you hit your little tab down the bottom, you can redeem your codes. And this works just like the PlayStation Store on any other PlayStation device, really. You load it up with credit or you hook it up to a credit card and you buy stuff and it downloads. And the lovely thing here is you can actually queue up your downloads, so you can go through this, and it's much, much easier than even on the PlayStation 3. It's really, really nice compared to that clumsy chaos on the PlayStation 3. I hate the store on the PlayStation 3, I really do. It's just awful and clumsy and badly designed, but this is real nice. So you can just go, I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and it'll queue up the downloads for you, and it'll just pull them down, and you can get to them by pulling up your little activity list here, and you can see, it's downloading. I showed you that in the other video. So there you go, the browser and the PlayStation Store. I'm sorry if you can hear that truck's air brakes outside my window. It's warm here today, and I didn't close my window because I would sweat my balls off. So I hope that's not too distracting for all of you ADD people out there. I'm Blunty. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.